Hello, my name is Emma, and today I'm giving you the third installment of my signed book collection. I've done a couple of these signed book collections before. I have 2 of them uploaded to my YouTube channel, and if you're interested in seeing the first 2 parts of this gigantic and ever-growing collection, you can click the link in the description. Now, with my last signed book collection, I did that near the end of the year, so I could show you guys all of the books that I got signed at the end of 2015 and start fresh for 2016. So this is the 2016 signed book collection so far. Now, this video ideally will be up during BEA and BookCon. If you didn't know, I'm probably there right now. If you are there, definitely come say hi. But anyways, these are all of the books that I've got signed through January to May. I wanted to do one right before I went to BookCon and BEA because I knew I would be getting a couple of books signed, and so those will be in a later signed book collection. I just wanted to start fresh before all of that and show you all of the ones I've gotten signed in the past 5 months. Now, the first bookish event I went to was in January for the Past Truth Tour for the launch party of Passenger and Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. So there were a couple of really great authors there that I met and got book signed, so that's the first things I'm going to show you. I actually vlogged that event, so if you want to see that vlog and see the whole day, me meeting the authors and whatnot, you can check the video in the description. There's going to be a lot of videos in the description, guys. So the first author I met there was Erin Bauman, and she signed Vengeance Road for me. I actually didn't even know Erin Bauman was going to be there. She was the moderator for the panel, and so I got there and was like, oh, I didn't bring the rest of my Erin Bauman books. So I decided to buy Vengeance Road because the synopsis sounded really interesting, and I hadn't really read more from her other than her Taken series, so she signed this one for me. And so it says, to Emma, Chase the Horizon, Erin Bauman. I like that she signed it in this like really gold metallic kind of pen rather than black, because it really matches like the whole Western aspect of this book, which I'm really excited for. Erin Bauman is super sweet. Oh my god, we talked about her children because I'm so obsessed with authors' kids, and like my go-to question for them is like, how is the little ones? So we talked about her children who are just super cute. But she was just so awesome to talk to. I didn't even expect to see her, but I'm really happy that I ended up meeting her. So the next author I met was Susan Dennard, because obviously it was the launch for Truthwitch, so I bought a copy and had her sign it. I'm really upset because obviously I hadn't read Truthwitch before because I had to buy it at Books of Wonder, which is where the event was held, but I'm really upset I got to meet her before and not after. This amazing book had just been, I had read it and it was so good, and I wish I had read it before talking to her because I just would have gushed about what an amazing book it is. But she signed it for Emma, Susan Dennard, and I think her signature is so cute. Look at that. It's just as adorable as this woman is herself. Susan Dennard is hysterical. She's super passionate about her work, and Truthwitch was fantastic. If you haven't picked it up yet, you definitely need to. But I loved meeting Susan Dennard. I really hope I get the chance to meet her again in the future and possibly pick up more of her books, because she has other published works other than Truthwitch that I haven't gotten around to yet, but I definitely want to check those out. And so, of course, the final author there for the Past Truth Tour was Alexandra Bracken for her Passenger launch. So she signed it to Emma, Happy Travels, Alexandra Bracken. I just had such a great time talking to Alexandra Bracken. I met her like 2 or 3 times beforehand, and like she recognized me, and we were talking about BookTube, because obviously she's really involved with BookTube after all the videos she's done with people. She's super integrated into the community, and that's what I really appreciate about her. But she's a fantastic woman, so funny, so down to earth. I am just so happy that I've met her. I think this might have been the 4th time, because I've gone to signings of hers before, and then I saw her a couple times at YALLFest, and I love this woman so much. She's so kind and amazing, and I love her. And of course it adds to the fact that she's a fantastic author within itself. But obviously, as I said, I had met her before, so I finally got the rest of her collection signed. So she signed In the Afterlife for me, which makes me really happy because now I have all of the Darkest Minds books signed. She signed it for Emma, Carpe the Hell Out of That DM, Alexandra Bracken. And I like how she always writes like little phrases and stuff that go along with her books. I feel like a lot of authors are just like, to this person from this author, and I just like how it's like more personalized even with the name. There's just something special in there, and I really love that. And then she also signed Through the Dark, and inside it says to Emma, Alexandra Bracken. So I have every single book she has written except for her Star Wars book, because I'm not totally interested in that. But I'm so happy that I finally have like one author's full collection signed so far. I'm super excited for Wayfarer, and if she has a New York signing, you know I will be there. But I love this woman so much, and I'm so happy I've gotten the opportunity to meet her so many times. Now, as I've stated in one of my previous signed book collections, I prefer to go to author signings to get my book signed. I feel like it's way more personal, and I've gotten a lot of crazy opportunities to meet authors, because probably this is marking maybe like 50 or so signed books that I've gotten in the past year or so, which I'm extremely grateful for, and I understand that not everyone is able to have those opportunities opportunities, which is why I think buying signed books is such a great thing. So this next book is actually one that I didn't meet the author in person to get this book signed, but I received it signed. And that is the Waterstones limited edition of Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I I can't even speak, just appreciate this beauty. I love it so much. There are only 1,000 copies of this baby being printed, and I got one, and it was so worth all of the money and waiting that it took for this to get here. I didn't buy it because it was signed. I bought it because I wanted the special edition. I wanted this cover, and I just wanted to be one of the people that was lucky enough to have a limited edition copy of this book. So it is personally signed by Cassandra Clare inside, which I think is really cool. I love this woman's signature. Everyone hates on Cassandra Clare's signature, and I'm like, you look at this, you know who signed it. It's not like a scribble. It's very clearly Cassandra Clare's handwriting, and I think that's exactly what you need from a signature. It should be very distinctive, and that's what Cassandra Clare's signature is. And I go on a rant about this every single time because there's always a Cassandra Clare book in here, but I like her signature. Stop hating on it. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to do like a Lord of Shadow special edition like this, but Lady Midnight was such like an anticipated release, and it definitely deserved a limited edition that is just gold and purple and beautiful, and I love it so much. Then the next event that I got book signed at was Danielle Page's release for Yellow Brick War. So I got all 3 of the Dorothy Must Die books that are currently out signed by Danielle Page. I don't really want to open them because there's so many, and they probably all just say to Emma Danielle Page. I think they do. Oh, I don't know what this says because I can't read her handwriting, but it says something. Emma, thanks for... Can you read it? Because I can't. It says the same thing, but I don't know what it says. But of course, meeting Danielle Page was really, really great. As somebody who goes to a ton of book signings, there are a lot of authors that I'm anticipating meeting, and I'm like, oh, I know they're going to hit up New York on their book tour. And then there are others that like I read their books and I don't really think I'll ever get the opportunity to meet them. But in those situations, I'm always extremely excited to meet these authors because I don't expect to, and it's like a whole big surprise. I don't know. I just really like it when I'm able to meet smaller authors as opposed to all of these big authors that I met. Not disregarding the fact that I've met all of these big authors, I just really enjoy meeting the smaller ones that I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize I would ever meet you, but this is really awesome. At Books of Wonder, sometimes like the authors who aren't going to get mobbed by all of their fans kind of walk around the bookstore a little bit before, so I actually ran into Danielle Page as everyone was getting ready for the panel, and I was like, hey, I really enjoyed your book, and we talked for a little bit. She's just super down to earth and really sweet, and I just had such a great time meeting her. That was a wonderful day within itself because Sasha from A Book Utopia was moderating that panel for the release. She had a really cool vlog for the day where like we went to the Strand and then we were at the event and she had a meetup, and it was a really great day. So I will leave Sasha's vlog below if you want to watch that. You probably already have because who watches my channel but hasn't watched Sasha. But I had so much fun at the Yellow Brick War launch event. The next couple of books I got signed was actually during New York Teen Author Fest, which was actually the week of the Danielle Page signing, but it was like the only one that wasn't actually a part of New York Teen Author Week. Basically, New York Teen Author Week is a whole week. I guess it happens in March every year. I didn't even know this was a thing until this year, where a bunch of different YA authors come to the city and they have different signings at different events all week long. There were some at libraries and bookstores and schools, and then on Sunday of that week they actually had a mega signing at Books of Wonder with like a ridiculous amount of authors. So of course I had to go. The first book I got signed at Books of Wonder's New York Teen Author Fest mega signing is Everything by Nicola Yoon. I haven't read this book yet, but I'm so excited to. It's definitely on my summer TBR. Like there's no way I'm going back to school without reading this baby. I have been so unbelievably excited to read it, and I knew I hadn't had a copy before, and I was like, I'm going to that signing, I'm gonna buy a book, and I'm gonna meet the author. So Nicola Yoon signed it in this gorgeous little purple Sharpie that says, Emma, thank you for everything, Nicola Yoon, which I think is really cute. When I was talking to her, obviously I hadn't read the book, which is always a little bit of an awkward experience because it's like, what do we talk about? But while we were talking, she actually told me that throughout the book, there are different objects in this everything that take place in the book. So like, I see a plane, I see headphones, I see a book, I see a beach, I see diamonds, I see a bird, I see board game pieces. So all of those things apparently play into the book, which I think is really creative. She had such a good cover designer for this book. Look at this, and have you seen the cover of her new book? Oh my god, this woman, like, I'm sure her books are amazing, but like, the covers are gorgeous too. That's a great pairing right there. So yeah, meeting Nicola Yoon was really great. I hope I have the opportunity to meet her again after I read her books, but I had so much fun talking to this woman. She's so adorable, and I had such a great time. The next author I met at that signing was Scott Westerfeld, and he signed the first 2 books in the Ugly series by me, another author whose book I hadn't read yet, which was Again, very awkward. I really enjoyed meeting Scott Westerfeld. I normally have like very animated conversation with authors, but Scott Westerfeld is kind of like a no-nonsense kind of guy. Like, he's really, really nice. He was super, super sweet, and I was just talking to him about how excited I am to read his books, but it was a little intimidating, which is not something I'm accustomed to. But Uglies is a series that I know I'm going to love, even though I haven't read it yet. Like, I'm looking at these books and I'm like, I am going to be so obsessed with you. So hopefully later on in my life, I will be able to meet Scott Westerfeld after reading this series that I know I'm going to love, and I can be like, hey, last time I met you, I didn't read these, and I was super excited to read them, and now I'm super excited to tell you about how much I love them, and hopefully that'll be a really great experience. But I had a really great time meeting him as well. The next book I got signed at that event is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I had met Adam a couple of times before going to his actual signing, but when I had the opportunity to get More Happy Than Not signed, I was like, sign me up. Now, this is how Adam signed my book. You can see at the bottom he signed it in pen, and it says Emma, I think that's a play on my channel name because there's so many M's, nobody can keep track of it. But it says, more happy reading again, because he knew that I already read his book and loved it, and made 2 smiley faces. And then after the event, we were hanging out, me, Adam, and Michael Book Lion. And this is what he wrote, which is super, super entertaining. It says, thank you so damn much for hosting my first YouTube stuff. Spoilers, things are coming soon. And I'm so happy to get to crush on Alec together, but he's totally mine, bitch. Watching you bitch about Shadowhunters is my favorite thing. Mad love, yo. I love Adam so much. He's such a character. He's super animated in like the way he lives and super passionate about his work. And if you haven't read More Happy Than Not, go read it. It'll crush you into a million pieces, but you'll love every second of it. So thanks, Adam, for signing my book, and I'm positive I will see you soon. And then the final book that I got signed at that signing was The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. This is another author that I hadn't even known was going to be there. I got there and her name was on the sign. And the funny part about that is I was in the middle of reading her book while she was there, so I just coincidentally had it on me to read on the train, and I was like, hey, she's here, let me go meet her and get this book signed. So that was a really new experience for me and myself. You know, I've met authors that I've read and loved books from, and I've met authors that I haven't read from before yet, like I previously stated, but I've never actually met an author and been able to talk about them as I'm currently reading and processing their book, which I think was really, really cool. So she signed it to Emma. Welcome to the Dark Days Club, Alison Goodman. Oh my god, just look at her handwriting. She's so neat. Alison Goodman is an adorable, adorable woman. Because we're both dating British people, we kind of bonded over that, which I think was really cool. And also, we just talked about the Regency era, which is where the Dark Days Club takes place, and she's just so passionate about that time period. It's super, super obvious and so evident in her book. I have a spoiler-free review of the Dark Days Club if you're interested in watching that. It'll be linked below with everything else. But I really had a great time meeting her. I'm so great. I was actually able to like talk through what I'm thinking currently about a book instead of talking about after the fact or talking about how excited I am for this book. I thought that was a really, really cool aspect of that day, and I just had such a great time at that signing. The final group of books that I have to show you is from my Rochelle Mead signing that I went to for her launch event of The Glittering Court. I vlogged that whole day, and that'll be linked below. Again, that day was a mess. Like, I don't know what Barnes & Noble thinks they're doing, but their signings are just... oh my god. The entire day was kind of a mess, but I had such a great time meeting Rochelle Mead. I met her 2 times previously to this moment, and I'm seeing her again on Saturday for BookCon. I'm super, super excited. The thing that really upset me about this signing is they told me a million times, you can bring books from home. Oh, no, no, no. You can only buy this book, and you have to buy the book here to get that one book signed. And then you could bring 2 other books from home, and then apparently people just had all of her books ever written, and she was signing all of them. So I'm really upset I didn't bring all of my Vampire Academy books, but luckily I had 2 extra books on me in addition to the book that I bought there. So the first book I got signed was The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. This is the one that I bought to attend the signing. She has the black cover page, so she signed it in the silver Sharpie, and it says, "To Emma, Shine On, Rochelle Mead." I had only just started The Glittering Court that day, so I didn't really have much to talk about this with her, but if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I am so obsessed with Vampire Academy, so of course I just droned on about that 1,010,000 times. The next book I got signed was my ARC for The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. I actually had my ARC on me. That's how I started reading it, because I was sent a copy by Penguin for review, so that review is coming soon. I promise. I've been promising this review for like a month and a half, but I haven't written it. I just got to film it when I get back from BEA. This one isn't personalized, but it also says Rochelle Mead in that super pretty silver Sharpie. And then when I was going to that signing, I had convinced myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring one Vampire Academy book just in case. I wasn't going to bring all the ones that I don't have signed yet. I was going to bring one And luckily it worked out that I could get at least one more signed because I would have been really, really pissed if I didn't bring any of them. So the one I brought was Blood Promise by Richelle Mead from the Vampire Academy series. So now I have Vampire Academy, I have Last Sacrifice, and Blood Promise. So I'm like making my way to the middle of this series, getting it signed by the author. And again, this one isn't personalized, but it does say Richelle Mead, and I had such a great time talking to her. I love Richelle Mead. She's super kind and sweet and soft-spoken and just such a precious little mouse. I love her so much, and I want her to have nothing but success and just write more Vampire Academy books for the rest of her life. I love this woman so much, and I love all of her books. But that is really it for my signed book collection of 2016 so far. I can promise you I will definitely have another one coming soon this year. There's no way I'm going through the rest of the year with only one more signed book collection. I will probably have 2 or 3 more for 2016, and then God knows how many for 2017 and 2018. Oh my god, I have so many more book signings to go to for the rest of my life. This is so exciting. As always, if you have any signed books or experiences meeting authors or buying signed books because you don't have the opportunity to go see them because authors are stupid and don't travel to enough places, come on. 5 stops on a US tour, that's not enough for anyone. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon for a new one. Bye!